Hey guys, Linkachu here. So before I get into the review, I've got a quick update concerning my reviews going forward. Obviously my channel is incredibly small for the time being. So I'm not expecting Nintendo to send me any early access codes for their games anytime soon. So I'm only able to start playing the games that I want to review when they actually come out, which obviously means that I can't physically release a review the day a game comes out. Generally, depending on the length of the game, I'm not even finished with it anywhere from a week to a month later. That being said, I'm going to start doing my reviews in two parts. The first part will release hopefully about a week after the game I'm discussing comes out, and it will be general thoughts on what I think of the game up to the point I've played. This will include initial impressions, thoughts on the progression of the game, and what I would change up to that point. So I suppose you could call it a review in progress. The second part will not come out at a tentative time after the game comes out, but hopefully it will be within about a month or so. Basically, it will be after I've finished said game. This will be a wrap-up of the first review, and will include thoughts on the story, if there is any, replayability, and a general synopsis. And don't worry, if I talk about spoilers at any point in the video, I will warn you. Thanks for sticking with my channel, guys, and I hope you enjoy my new schedule. Now on with the review! Inklings and Goombas, Pikmin of all ages, I'm Linkachu64, welcome to my room. So, I think I can speak for us all when I say that the Rabbids are kind of weird. Like, at least a little bit weird. Ubisoft created the Rabbids as a part of their Rayman series of games as main antagonists in 2006. And since then they've received a few of their own spin-off games, mostly party games. But they've never really had any sort of presence in the popular or hardcore game categories. So I don't think really anyone has ever paid attention to them. And I mean, besides that, the Rabbids are just really weird from a pure character design perspective. I mean, I know that every time I would see one of these things in a trailer on YouTube or something, I would be physically annoyed like the entire time. So when this game, right here, leaked earlier this year, I think it's safe to say that a lot of people were, let's say, agitated. Oh no, but not me. No, I thought that this game was going to be awesome right from the start. I was completely open-minded about it. Mario and Rabbids. Yep. Open-minded, that's me. Well, regardless of what I thought about the game back then, the game is actually out now, so we have a physical evidence to judge it by. I know that I certainly didn't plan on picking up this game right on launch day, but after enough persuasion from basically every single reviewing company on the internet, I did. So let's talk about it. Please stop zooming in on my face. Let's start on a positive note. The battle system feels great. There is a lot of depth that can be found in simple things like whether to position yourself in a defensive position behind a brick or to walk right up next to an enemy and risk being attacked just so you can whack them with a heavy-hitting hammer. During each battle, you get to use 3 team members, and you need to be very strategic in the positioning of each of those members. There might be an area that you need to get to that is completely unreachable unless you move another team member into range and jump off of them. You also have to constantly keep in mind the strengths and weaknesses of each member of your team. For example, Luigi does not have very much health. However, he is able to jump off of more than one teammate in a turn, and he has a sentry that can do a lot of widespread damage from a distance. Mario has the ability to jump on top of enemies to do damage, and a few characters can dash into more than one enemy at once. Working all these abilities into your advantage is crucial to winning. And you really have to be on your toes at all times while playing this game. This game is no piece of cake, and I mean that quite seriously. There will be times when you've tried your hand at a battle over and over and over again and you just can't figure out the strategy behind it. Your mind will be active while playing this at all times. The upgrade system feels pretty great too. Each character has a primary and secondary weapon at their disposal, with the primary always being available for use and the secondary needing to recharge after being used. You can go to the battle headquarters and buy new weapons for both of these two categories, using the coins that you've collected. And of course, the better the weapon, the more it's going to cost you. Each weapon has a critical rate and critical effect on it, such as Honey, which keeps the opponent from moving for a turn, or Ink, which keeps them from shooting for a turn. Balancing out your money how you see fit and getting the weapon that you need most feels really awesome. But arguably, the skill tree is where the most rewarding upgrade system is at. The skill tree is a branch of unlockable traits that you can get based on how many orbs you have, which you can unlock by finding in chests or collecting through battle. These traits can upgrade a party member's existing stats or unlock something new entirely. You can allow Rabid Peach to dash into 3 enemies instead of 2, make Mario have 300 health points instead of 250, or allow Luigi to move 8 spaces instead of 7. Each upgrade will progressively cost more and more, so balancing out your orbs, spending them willy-nilly in some places while saving them for a really important upgrade in others, is really satisfying. So sum it up to say that the fighting itself and the preparation for the fighting works, and it works well. But that is not the only thing that you will be doing while playing this game. You see, in between battles, you'll be traversing through the overworld, and I think this is the part of the game that starts to weaken a little bit. There's a lot of puzzles that you'll encounter in the overworld. A lot of these puzzles will genuinely make you think hard, and it can be a welcome break from the intense battles, for sure. But a lot of these puzzles just felt kind of uninspired to me after doing more than a handful. I think a lot of RPGs suffer from this weird gimmick of using the same mechanic over and over during a lot of the puzzles. And, well, it gets old after a while. This game is no exception. The amount of times that you will use the push ability to move blocks around is enough to start making you feel bored after a little while. Once you get to the treasure chest at the end of the puzzle, the reward will probably be worth it, but as they say, the joy is in the journey, and a lot of the time, the journey of the puzzle ain't that joyful. Outside of the puzzles, though, there isn't much variety or depth in the world besides getting from point A to point B. Not that there needs to be necessarily. Not all games have to be sprawling open-world adventures like Breath of the Wild. But the path that you follow does make it feel very obvious that you are following a literal path at all times. And even when you venture off the path to go do a puzzle, you aren't going very far. Well, anyways, guys, that's all I've got to talk about for Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, at least for now. Once I actually finish the game, I plan on coming out with a part 2 of the video that details the story, the atmosphere, the animation, and just the general feel of this game. Since, obviously, it is made by Ubisoft and not by Nintendo, it feels differently than a traditional Nintendo game. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to detail more of that in the second video. So, hey, guys, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe so you can be notified whenever the second video comes out. And, yo, guys, did you pick up Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle? And have you been enjoying it so far? Let me know down in the comments. I love talking to you guys and responding about, especially this Mario & Rabbids Kingdom Battle game. I've been having a blast with it. And I respond to pretty much all the comments in my video, except for spam. Don't you dare spam me. You know, they're probably all going to spam me since I said not to. Well, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. You don't even know how much I appreciate it. And, well, guys, what are you still doing here?